Yes, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to GAA Fan TV. This is the show that keeps you up to date with everything that is happening in both Gaelic football and hurling. And of course, guys, we are here to preview the round 3 of the All Ireland Qualifiers. Some very interesting draws have come out. Mayo are taking on Armagh at Castlebar, whereas Kildare will be hosting Tyrone. Crucial match, but generally speaking, huge games all around for all 8 counties in these qualifiers. You've got the likes of Offaly in there, who will be taking on Laois, and of course you've got Westmeath facing Clare. It's ironic enough that the 4 strongest teams remaining in these qualifiers all happened to draw each other, and the 4 weakest sides happen to avoid the 4 big teams. So very, very interesting draw all around, and certainly it should be very, very interesting when those games happen this weekend. Of course, guys, first of all, if you are new around here, do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think will happen when these games, of course, take place. And of course, first of all, let's talk a bit about Offaly going up against Laois. I have to say, I've been very, very impressed with Offaly so far this season. After struggling down in Division 3, kind of battling relegation to still be in the championship at this stage, I think tells a lot. And look, listen, they've had a couple of easy draws, home to London, home to Sligo. Sligo haven't won a game in the entirety of 2019, so I think that was always going to be a victory. In London, of course, as well, one of the weakest teams to play in the entire championship. So Offaly have been quite lucky in many sense in terms of their draws, in terms of the teams they've played, but they certainly have impressed me, and they did look good in that game when they played Meath. Noel McNamee, very good player, hit 2 goals in that game versus Sligo. So Offaly will certainly make this difficult for Laois. Laois, of course, on the other hand, they're always a team that's there or thereabouts. They were very close to getting into the Super 8s last year, and they will be there or thereabouts again this year, in my opinion. Good players in the likes of Donny Kingston, who, is almost like a seasoned veteran in many respects for this Laois side. And he's always a target man, always a presence in that side. Of course, Evan O'Carroll as well looks very good when they beat Derry. And, to be perfectly honest with you, I did not expect them to beat Derry. Going away to Owenbeg, a place that Laois are very rarely at. Difficult, ground to go to. Derry, very good side, looked very good against Tyrone, in great form. Beat Wexford, I think, by 18 odd points. But Laois went there and won, and I think that showed a real test of character for this Laois side. And I think if you can go to Derry and win, I think there's no reason why you cannot go to this Offaly team and get a victory as well. And that is what I am going to say. I do fancy Laois to just have a bit too much for this Offaly side. Offaly, they will cause problems. They'll play good football. They'll probably squeeze up on Laois. Laois will probably try hit the ball long and do things that way. But I just fancy Laois with the experience and the quality that they have in their team to just edge out Offaly by 2 points. Another game, Westmeath are facing Clare. Huge opportunity for either one of these 2 counties to, go ahead and reach the Super 8 Championship. Highly impressed with Westmeath. Again, similar in many respects to Offaly. They've had 2 very comfortable and easy draws. Home to Waterford, home to Limerick. But at the end of the day, you can only beat what is in front of you. And, they have a very good defence in Bodu Saya, who, as I said before, he's really impressed me since he's come into this Westmeath side. Jer Egan, their standout player this year as well. John Heslin, they brought him off the bench against Limerick, and he's always looked good. So Westmeath always have a lot of quality coming off the bench. And certainly, some young players coming through for Westmeath as well. So, the future definitely looks bright for them. Absolutely no doubt about it. The future looks bright for Clare as well, though, you'd have to say. I mean, in specifically, Owen Cleary, 7 points in that game when they beat Leitrim. Clare, again, in some respects, have had some favourable draws, but in getting Leitrim away. But, they did look good against Kerry. They showed some quality in that game, and I think they will show some quality in this game as well. They're a very underrated side. Division 2 team, avoided relegation, let's not forget. So they are quite underrated in that aspect, and I would just fancy them to edge out Westmeath. Westmeath being at home, might give them the advantage. I think it's going to be very, very close. But I am going to say that Clare edges out Westmeath by a point. Moving on then, you've got Mayo facing Armagh. Look, listen, this is a huge game, isn't it? Armagh, Very good in that game against Monaghan. Really, really surprised me to win by 8 points. You know, Rian O'Neill is in the form of his life at the moment. What a performance that was against Monaghan. And, you know, Kieran McGeeney is just getting the absolute best out of this Armagh side. We know how good of a manager he is. He done great things when he was in charge of Kildare. And it's starting to come to fruition now for Armagh. You know, I feel like if they had been in that Ulster final, they might have pushed Donegal a bit more. That's not to take too much away from Cavan. I know hitting 216 in a Ulster final, I think is very, very impressive, and not many other counties hit 216 and not win a football match. But Armagh, very, very good side, and certainly they will put up a huge test for Mayo. And I think the big question for Mayo is what kind of Mayo side will show up. You know, we've seen this before, year after year. Mayo, you know, they edge past teams in the qualifiers. They lost last year to Kildare. You just never quite know what you were going to get with this Mayo side. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not too sure what we're going to see either. But I think in the overall perspective of things, I would be very, very surprised if they didn't get a victory in this game. I think having the home advantage at Castlebar, Armagh, they do carry the momentum and they will press Mayo and they will make it difficult. And Kieran McGeeney, he will make sure this Armagh side are as physical as possible. And I think it'll be close. I think it could even go to extra time. But I just fancy Mayo with the experience of players like Aidan O'Shea, Andy Moran. They should just edge out Armagh by a point in my opinion. But maybe I'll go with 2 points. But I do think it'll be a very, very close game. Moving on then, you've got Tyrone, who will be travelling to Kildare. Wow, this will be one hell of a game as well. Tyrone, of course, showed a lot of quality in that game against Longford. They showed their talent, they showed their skill. But you just never quite know where you're going to get with Tyrone. They seem to be changing up their system from time to time. 1 minute, they're going to play this open, expansive attacking football. The next, they're reverting back to the defensive type. So it's hard to really know what we're going to get with Tyrone. And going up against this Kildare side that can be very inconsistent, but we know what they're like when they play at home. We've seen that when they played Mayo last year. So who knows what they might do in this game, Kildare. If Kildare can really show up, like the Kildare we know, they could really put it past Tyrone. And to be perfectly honest with you, I have a sneaky feeling about Kildare going into this game. I really do. The form that they're in terms of points total, 125 against Antrim, 11 points against Dublin, isn't that bad when you look at what Meath got. And Kildare have a lot of talent in the likes of Neil Flynn, Paddy Brophy, few other players coming into the side as well. But you'd have to say that Mickey Hart, with the experience that he has, the composure that he has as a manager, you would be really, really surprised if Tyrone didn't edge this out. You'd expect Tyrone to very much hit the ball up to Cathal McShane. They'll probably keep the same tactics. But the only worry for me is that if they do play that defensive type style football, Kildare could punish them. Kildare really could punish them. Kildare faced some tough opposition so far this year in the likes of Dublin. You know, let's say, for example, they've been in some tough games against the likes of Longford. They know how to dog it out. And I do think it'll be very, very close. But ultimately, in terms of my final prediction, I think Tyrone will just about edge it out. But it honestly wouldn't surprise me if Kildare won this game. Anyway, guys, that will be the end of the video. Do let me know down in the comments below what you guys think will happen in some of the games this weekend. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know down in the comments below. Do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that good stuff. You know how it rolls at this stage. And yeah, guys, I will catch you all next time.